All right, everybody, we are live. Welcome to another edition of the Love and Relationships Conversation. I am your host, Mr. JD, aka Mr. December. And as always, I got my co-host with me, the Alabama Church Girl. Say something to the people.
Beep, beep, toot, toot. Hey, good people. It's your Alabama church girl here tonight. We got a wonderful taboo topic. We're talking threesomes. And right now, ladies, hear me clearly, ladies, go get your guy. I'm sure he wants to talk about these threesomes.
Please go get them because we're going to talk about it tonight. Listen, if you're watching on the replay, I still want to hear your thoughts. Put it down in the comments down below, and we're going to get right into it. Oh, and if anybody wants to join the stream, here is the link. And if you want us to send it to you through Messenger, we can do that too. But we want everybody to participate in the conversation on tonight. Now, I don't know why our co-host, the Alabama Church Girl, wanted to talk about this topic on tonight. But I hope she's ready for the heat because I'm here to represent for the fellas. So go ahead. Go ahead. Let's talk about it. Go ahead and tell the people what we're going to start off talking about tonight.
All right. So I was scrolling through my social media and I found this article about South African women who are now in polygamous relationships. They are being permitted to marry more than one man at a time. It's taboo because typically in America, we don't do that. In fact, we don't do that in America. There are some places in America that afford people an opportunity to be in a polygamous relationship where men are allowed to marry multiple women for religious purposes. Air quote, religious purposes. But we have not seen any there's nowhere in America that I know of where women are permitted to marry multiple men. This was interesting to me because our social dynamics where we stand right now, I don't know if monogamy is a huge percentage of our population. Whether it's in heterosexual or homosexual relationships, I don't think that monogamy is as strong as it used to be. So to see that women are permitted in certain countries to marry multiple men, I thought that this would be a hot topic right here. Because some ladies, all right, now I got to pick on the ladies. JD says now he's gonna be on me tonight. He's bringing the heat to me. So, ladies, I need y'all to get down in the congregation and put some fire back on him. Okay, I need y'all to support me in this. Okay, so I know that some ladies may be in a polygamous situation that they didn't know about. Mm-hmm. Their relationship was open and they didn't know the relationship was open. But to have the opportunity, be afforded the opportunity to have a relationship with multiple partners where everybody is having a consensual relationship of multiple partners is definitely an interesting topic. What say you, JD?
Well, I think it is an interesting topic. I do agree with you in the fact that I don't think as many people these days are putting so much focus on monogamy. I've heard in a lot of different spaces that nobody believes that anybody can be monogamous, especially men. Now, on the flip side, you know, especially over here in the West, in our Western culture, we usually frown upon polygamous situations or whatever, polygamous relationships, marriages, situationships, or what have you, open relationships. That's looked at as, like you said, quote unquote, taboo. That's something that we don't do over here. It seems like it's getting a lot more popular, especially with that show that's coming on now, Sister Wives. Yeah. A lot of people are, kind of opening up to it and getting down with it. Another couple that comes to mind is Monique, the comedian, and her husband. You know, she's going on record to say several times that they have a healthy open relationship. And, you know, some people can get down with it, some people can't. My issue with this particular article is, first of all, these have got to be beta feminine men. Got to be. And I'm going to just go ahead and put it out there. Okay. They are definitely weak beta men. And it just proves the point of how most women want to be more masculine these days.
You think?
Yeah.
In my research, these other countries, well, first of all, I think that in the United States, it's taboo because Christianity is the dominant religion within the United States. Mm-hmm. In a lot of other countries, that's just not the case. And in the Hindu culture, this is very common. Well, with that being stated, in my research, there's a lot of countries, Tanzania, Nigeria, China, Ghana, Kenya, Sri Lanka, Northern India, Brazil, in the Himalayas. The list is large where these countries are allowing women to marry multiple men. But, you know, they have polygamy as well. Now, the proper term for women being able to marry multiple men is polyandry. Men being able to marry multiple women is polygamy. So I want to separate the two so that we can get it right in our understanding for this conversation.
Okay, say it to the people one more time.
Polyandry is women being able to marry multiple men. Polyandry. Polyandry. Polyandry.
Okay. Polyandry.
Polygamy is something that we're more familiar with. Is men being able to marry multiple women at the same time. Polygamy. So in this situation, what I learned in studying this is that these women most of them come from a family of some substance.
Okay.
And the marriages are arranged. It's not that the men even had a choice. They are arranged by the families. And it's for specific reasons. They arrange that one woman will marry all the sons of another family. In some of these countries, they do this because it controls the birth rate. That if one woman gets pregnant and she has 5 husbands, she can only be pregnant by one of them at a time. So, you know, it's controlling the birth rate in the country. But, you know, there are some pros and some cons. And from my perspective, I mean, one woman having to serve. Now, something else that I did learn in studying this is that most of the time the men take the domestic role in the relationship. Because this woman comes from substance, you know, she has to do what it takes to continue to bring in the substance to the house.
So in other words, they're demasculating the men.
Well, it just depends on how you look at it. But
well, I mean, just based off of what you said, I mean, that is absolutely demasculating the men. And let me tell you why. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I had to jump in here. And number one, keeping the men to the domestic roles. That is not the natural state of a man. And see, that's why I say beta men. Because a natural, the nature of a man, the natural state of a man is to want to go out and hunt and provide and get out there and compete and be the best version of himself possible.
But
if he's say again,
men are not a monolith. No group of people or a monolith. So not all men may desire that.
Okay, but I mean, if you go back years ago, from the beginning of time, I mean
Yeah, now we got to debate because now
yeah, I
you're a
mean,
Bible scholar here.
yeah, and I mean, since the beginning, men have been, per se, the worker, the hunter, the gatherer, or whatever, and now it just seems like what bothers me so much is it just in this battle for equality, it just seems like the men are getting trampled over.
Okay, that bothers you. But let's go
Yeah,
back to the beginning.
it
Was the
triggered.
first woman and the first man on earth were who?
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve, right? Let me get
Yeah.
in the camera. All right. Was Adam, I could debate that Adam wasn't an alpha male.
Adam was the first male.
He was the first, absolutely. But was he an alpha male?
Had to be.
How?
It had to be.
How?
Because he was the gatherer. He was to work the land. Yeah, all of that. And then if you want to put it in this context, I mean, let's go ahead and put it in the context. Because if Eve had done what her husband said to do in the beginning,
did her husband tell her? Because he was right there with her the whole time.
I beg to differ.
Okay, let's go to the word. Let me grab the book.
I beg to differ, and this is the reason why. Because Adam knew from the beginning it was just him, all the animals, and God, right?
No, say that again.
It was Adam, all of the animals, all of creation, and just God. Mm-hmm. Just Adam by himself, right?
He said, God, I'm lonely. I need
but follow me now. Everything was good. Everything was cool. Everything was all right. When God told Adam not to touch that tree, Adam didn't touch the tree.
But did he tell his wife? The alpha male would have made it very clear, but he was right there with her whenever she did. And then his old lazy sorry behind was like, when God said, Adam, what happened? Where you been? Hey, Keisha, how you doing, girlfriend? He said, hey, where you been? I've been going looking for you. He said, that woman you gave me.
Exactly. It was her fault.
So it was her fault. So he couldn't even stand up and take the onus. I'm sorry, I failed. I didn't even explain to her what you explained to me.
But she knew the rules. Did she not?
Did she? Because God told Adam.
Okay, and what did the snake say to her? That ain't true. The serpent, yeah.
But Adam was right there. Adam was right there when the conversation was happening.
I'm not sure about all that. Let's see what
he allowed Eve to feed him.
Now, Adam let Eve trick him into sin, right?
Trick.
Yeah. Okay. Adam let
Eve. Can go on and on because I don't agree. I don't think he was no alpha male. And Keisha doesn't agree either.
he was the first. He was the first male. What alpha is first, right? Beginning, right? So he was the alpha male.
He was an alpha male in personality. I think he was a beta male, as you clearly stated earlier.
and see that's where this is where we have to learn from, because I got to give it to my big brother. He didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know how to deal with a woman. She was the first one, so we had to learn how to deal with them, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So. I mean, she tricked him.
Can we both agree that he allowed his woman to dominate that situation?
No, I can't get down with that.
Well, then how can you say that she was the one that caused the problem if he didn't allow her to?
Okay, this is the reason why. Because if she had taken leadership or even asked her husband, hey, should I do this or not? Adam would have said, no, God said not to do that. We ain't supposed to do that. Even when she said, look what happened. God said we was going to die. I ate this apple. I ain't dead. See, look, now you can eat it. And all she had to do was back the eyes.
And what did he do?
He bit it like a dummy.
Thank you.
Because all she had to do was back the eyes and smile and say, see, look, The serpent told me this.
Thank you, Keisha.
You was wrong. You was wrong. Nah, see, I need some of the fellas to jump in here on this one. It's no way in the world. I mean, this is absolutely demasculating the men.
So, but listen, I don't see that the Bible is against this. I don't see that the Bible is against open relationship. I don't see that the Bible is against a polygamous relationship. I don't see that the Bible is against a polyandrous relationship. Thank you, Keisha says he was weak.
So he was weak.
Yes.
How you figure that?
How could he allow his woman to tell him something to go against the God that he had the relationship with first?
Mm-hmm. So if let's
Adam walked with God in the cool of the day. They were intimate.
Right. So
but when that woman came in his life and she said, "You're not gonna die. You're not here, get some, have some."
Who was just asking to be let in?
Emmanuel.
Oh, I sent you the link. Check your messages. This is absolutely demasculating the men 100% point blank. And y'all might need to get the Alabama Church Girl a tag team partner because I'm about to tag mine in.
You go ahead and tag. Hey, I am an alpha female. And
there is no such thing as an alpha female.
Oh, you really?
Really. There is no such thing as an alpha female at all.
Okay. We're going to let you have that.
Justin says, absolutely. There is no such thing as an alpha female. And so here's the thing, if you want to bring Adam and Eve into this now. So you got to look at it like this. The weaker vessel was the one that was approached by the serpent.
Yes, I can agree with that.
Because the serpent already knew.
Come on, Keisha.
The serpent already knew where to slide in at, right? Mm-hmm. He already knew not to go to the man. And see, that's what happens if you don't have a strong, solid man in the equation. Oh, okay. We're gonna get you the link to get in because we're gonna talk about this. There is absolutely no such thing as an alpha female. I am sorry. No such thing. And we can get into that discussion too. But the serpent knows to go after the weaker vessel. So if you got a man that's solid on his square, Adam tried to get her, tried to talk some sense into Eve. He tried to. But all she was worried about was somebody else said other than what her husband said.
Okay, but let's move past that. Like I said, I don't think that the Bible speaks against polygamy.
Okay.
And I don't think it speaks against polyandry either. Relationships were open from the beginning of time.
Okay. Now, how do you go? I believe they were polygamous from the beginning of the time, and the reason why, like, if you just look at the natural design and the natural biology of a man and of a woman, like you stated in the fact of the South African new marriage, that men, women, whatever, to control the population, right? Because a woman can only 9 months
pregnant for one man.
Yeah, one man at one time, and a woman can only give birth to one child per year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a man is designed to not be that way. A man can get multiple women pregnant at one time and still keep on going. You see what I'm saying?
But so is that good for our community and our society?
I don't think that it is.
Okay.
But at the beginning, I mean, come on.
So you are proving my pros.
I'm not so sure about that yet. We're gonna see. I think the fellas gonna back me up pretty good here. I believe they are.
So you think It's not what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. Is that what you're telling me? That
It's a double standard.
Men are okay to marry multiple women, but
I didn't say that. I didn't
versa.
say that either. But it's more natural now. What I want to be in a polygamous relationship? No, absolutely not me. Other people would. Other people are cool with it. You know,
Yeah.
Just like that show, Sister Wives or whatever. Some women are cool with sharing a husband. I don't see how men could be comfortable with sharing one woman. That is just beta to me. That's ludicrous.
But why do you think it's okay for the women to be okay with sharing that one husband, but the man can't be okay with sharing that one wife?
Because it's a double standard. It's different with men and women.
Should there be a double standard though?
It's a double standard with everything. Everything, well, I'm not going to say everything, but there are a lot of double standards in life, right? And whether it's fair or not, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
If it's in the word, do you think it's sinful?
Now,
Solomon had over 1,000 wives and concubines, right?
Now that's true.
And he was the king, right?
Yeah, he was the king. But let me throw this at you.
By God, right?
Let me throw this at you though. It's a lot of stuff in the Bible that ain't right.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's not right. For example,
Abraham had many sons, but he had multiple wives too.
Yeah, but Abraham had to populate the earth.
Okay.
He was the one that had to populate the earth. And here's what I mean by it's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's not right. Okay. David slept with another man's wife, got her pregnant, and had the husband killed in battle.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the Bible. That don't make it right. But that don't make it right.
Just but David had multiple wives too. The problem was he went and got another man's wife.
Exactly. But
so question. How do you define adultery?
How do I define adultery?
Uh-huh.
I define adultery as cheating on your spouse. If you're married and you're a woman and you go have sex with another man, woman, whatever, that's adultery.
Okay. So
same thing with the men. If a man goes out and has sex with another woman on his wife, that's adultery.
So if they're all married and they're all in this consensual relationship together, is it still adultery?
I'm not so sure. Because I mean the sanctity of marriage is between one man and one woman. I mean,
what leads you to that definition?
The Bible.
But then we just said there are things in the Bible that are not accurate or not right.
And when I say I don't say that, I'm not saying that they're not accurate. I'm saying that it's not right.
Okay.
Right. I'm saying it's not right as in moral, right?
Emmanuel said, tag me in, please. Keisha, what was that? Wait, what for?
All right, I just sent out the link to Emmanuel. I'm still in the studio. Okay, but what I'm saying is that of course all of those times were different, and just like Justin said, you know, that's Old Testament. You know, we're not really
okay. So you're leading me to where I'm going with this. Yes, those times were different. Mm-hmm. Yes, God did say be fruitful and multiply. But in today's society, our world is overpopulated. We can see that by the sign of the times. We are really destroying this world with this overpopulation, crowdedness. COVID-19 let us know that it's too many people in one space. We need to separate, get away from each other, get some 6 feet, back, give me 6 feet. And not only that, you have this global warming that's happening because we have overpopulated this world. So in today's time, why wouldn't it be suitable for that woman to marry multiple men if for nothing else to help control the population.
That still does not make sense to me. Because and then like everybody who gets married doesn't want to have kids. You know, there's a lot of married couples that don't have kids, never wanted kids, and there's still a lot of people out there today that don't want kids. So
but for those who do,
yeah, but for those who do, that don't mean you're gonna make me share a woman with another guy. That goes completely against the way science and biology is set up. You know, absolutely. And again, it's a double standard.
I was just about to. So I think it goes against the way you are wired to see things.
No,
but everybody doesn't see it the same way.
Okay, so check this out. I've heard several females say, "Oh, I would never want to have more than one man. I got enough trouble trying to keep the one happy that I got."
Listen, I agree. I don't know if I would want multiple husbands because that's too much work. Y'all are a lot. Oh my God. Sometimes.
Hey, like, look.
Did I marry my man or did I have another dependent?
and y'all women are something else too.
I can agree. I'm a whole lot. I'm 2 hands full.
Yeah, and Justin is absolutely right. We got to take better care of what God has given us. But you know, at the same time, you got to look at this double standard, right? Because one of the biggest double standards is, and we'll probably look at this later. I'll pull it up on the screen. But if a man sleeps with a lot of women, he's considered a player, right?
Mm-hmm. Or in a lot of our culture, it's like he is praised.
Right.
Think about grandma asking the teenage, how many girlfriends you got? Like it's a good thing.
Right. But on the flip side, if a woman does that, she's looked at as being for the streets.
In the world,
being for the streets. Why? Because it's different. If you got a woman is taking somebody else into her, you know what I'm saying? That takes a lot of that brings in a lot of, you know, connections and emotions that, you know, that's why women should keep their body count low.
But you know, didn't the men keep theirs as well? Because is soul ties not a thing for men?
Yeah, I'm not as much as women though.
You don't think so?
Not as much as women.
So our anatomies, our spiritual anatomy is not the same. Our spiritual makeup is not the same. Body, soul, spirit, mind. I know that our bodies are not the same, but our soul, our spirit anatomy is not the same.
I don't think so. And this is the reason why.
What you got to say.
The reason why I don't think that is so is because part of your spirit is your emotions, right? Women are overly emotional. It's a hormone thing.
But JD, when God formed that man, he said, male and female, I made them. They were both made in that one man's body. So that's why I believe that spirit and soul anatomy is the same. Now, the body had to be different because he had to put Adam to sleep, get that rib out of him, and form this woman's body. But that spirit and soul was already in there. It was already in the package. So just like she can have soul ties, he can as well. He should be able to keep his body count low as well.
Well, and that's the double standard. But again, a man was made to multiply more than what a woman was. Say again?
How are they going to multiply?
Well, they were to multiply by spreading their seed.
How are they going to multiply? They need the woman, right?
Right. They do need the woman. Oh, my men shouldn't have to keep their body count down.
Are you saying your men, or are you saying "oh my" as an expression?
Yeah, I think they're saying "oh my" as an expression.
Okay, I feel like it's all fair game.
And another thing too, I'm 100%. I'm 100% in. Where you just who said that?
Keisha.
Keisha, let me see. We're gonna have to go ahead and get you in the show. I don't know if you can put StreamYard in your browser, but I'm really interested in what you got to say. But the thing of it is, right? Men are logical, women are emotional, right? So you mean to tell me that you think this is healthy for a woman to have two husbands?
Is it healthy for a man to have two wives? I think it's all fair game.
It might be. I mean, because okay, check this out. Think about it like this. Women usually naturally get attached quicker than a man does.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you met the women of 2020, 2021?
And what does that mean? You talking about the masculine modern women?
The women who say get their head, get that, and leave. And leave.
Yeah,
like,
the
modern. That's all I want. Get the bag, get the head, and leave. That's all I want.
The modern masculine women. Right?
You think that's masculine?
So check this out. Does that? I'm glad you brought that up. Who sang that song?
I don't know the girl, but
anyway, in this city girl culture, they're making it normal to prostitute. To me, I mean, come on, get that head, get that bread, and leave. Come on now, that sounds like prostitution to me. Is that what y'all pushing these days? Is that what the men have to pick from?
So let's say this. Let's look at it this way. In these same cultures, a dowry is a very real thing where the men are getting paid to take this wife. So is that not similar? They gonna stay. The only thing different, they stay, but they get paid to take on a wife.
That's a little bit different, and let me explain why.
Okay, Emmanuel, please bring Emmanuel on. Come on, our resident instigator.
he got the link. Come on in. I'll add him in.
Here's what I see in today's society, like we've talked about many times before. You do have a lot of women that can take care of their own. They want a man for specific things, but taking care of them is not that one thing. We have moved away from gender norms in our culture now. We got women in the marketplace just as much as the men are in the marketplace.
Okay, so is that what you just said? Women being independent, has that done our community more good or more harm?
I don't know, but I do know this, that it's not where it used to be. It's not how we were taught to be anymore. It's just not like that. That's why there's a lot of static on the line for the generations in their 40s and 50s because hey, we were taught one way, but the presentation that we have, we can't choose from that batch because it's not that way anymore. It's like me trying to stick a CD-ROM or what you call a floppy disk in this computer. It don't operate like that anymore. You got to update your devices.
Okay, but let me ask you this before you move on to the next point. Why is that so? I mean, I'm of the persuasion that we are doing much worse with more, and our ancestors, our forefathers, did way better with more.
But that
way better. I'm sorry, way better with less. They did way better than what we're doing with less because they had a more of a sense of community, and they wanted to build a family and work with a man, and a man work with a woman to raise a family. It's not like that anymore, you know. And part of the reason why is because people are having, men and women are having to compete more because prior to 2010. 2011, 2012, somewhere up in there, when social media like really started to take off. Prior to that, you were only competing with the people that were in your town.
Yeah.
But now with social media, you got almost the whole world at
Compete
your
around the world.
fingertips. Yeah, and you got blue pill beta males that will say, "Hey, let me fly you out." Da 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 da. Just that and third, whoop de whoop de whoop, spend that bread or whatever, you know. And now
Get flued
women
out.
think that they're entitled to get flued out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen now, I'm gonna tell you something. You gonna tell me that there's no alpha male? I mean, alpha female? If you want to argue that there's no alpha female, then I'm gonna argue with you that there just might not be a beta male. But in order for there to be a beta male, there has to be an alpha female. Now, with that
I
being
disagree.
said,
I disagree because that.
it's okay to disagree. It's okay.
Yeah, what I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to take just have a conversation, right?
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What does the Bible say about this adultery? Because I think that a lot of times we come to these conclusions about the parameters on relationships based off of our religion. Would you agree?
I can get down with that.
Okay, so what does the Bible say about adultery?
That thou shalt not do it.
Okay, it says some other things too. Now, when you look at this woman and you consider her in your mind, you got these thoughts about her. You saw her and she was looking good and tasty and all this stuff. You already committed adultery, right? That's what it says, right?
Yeah, okay. With your eye, I can buy that.
But then, have you never been in a relationship and found somebody else attractive?
Of course. But that does not mean I want to have sex with that person.
No, but by that standard, you have already committed that adultery. You might.
Okay, but it says if you lust in your heart, right?
Yes, and that's what I said.
So okay, but just because just because I look at another woman and say, "Oh, she's attractive," that does not mean that I want to have sex with her. That doesn't mean.
But my definition was she was looking good, she looking tasty. I specifically used the word tasty.
Okay, looking good and tasty, that don't mean well. Okay, I see what you did there. But still, that doesn't mean oh, she looked good and tasty. That's an adjective. That don't mean I want to go have sex with her.
Tasty means some type of sex. You putting a mouth on it.
that could mean Valerie. That could mean, I think
you're gonna push the levels now.
all that could mean is, hey, her skin look like it's clean.
So you ready to lick it?
Or it look like her lips are juicy or fruity or something,
they're
right?
round and supple.
they're right. Anything. But you know, I just think that's a little bit different. You know, it's one thing to look at a woman and say, "Oh, well, you know, she's attractive. You know, she looks nice or whatever." And then it's another thing to look at a woman and say, "Oh, well, you know, I want to do some things to her." You know, that's different.
Yeah, that is true. I do agree with you. But have you ever experienced intimacy without having sex with the person?
Yeah, I can say that.
So is it possible to be in a marriage or relationship but experience intimacy with someone else? You never touched them, you never had sex with them, but you had intimacy with that person.
That's emotional cheating.
That's what John Gray said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. John Gray is another discussion for another day. I mean, I don't really rock with that guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't really rock with that guy for real. You know, but I mean, some people do. But I mean, in my opinion, him being the man at the level that he is, it ain't no way that it was just emotional cheating. I can't. No, I can't get down with
your wife down the hall.
Exactly. I can't get down with that at all.
It was looking round and supple.
And everything else too. But my issue with this is Like just having the nature of a man. I don't see how you could be satisfied with. I mean, men are supposed to be, protective, territorial. I mean, just that much testosterone in one house with one woman, like, nah, B. That don't. I can't get down with that. I just can't.
But okay, this is happening. It's happening, and I feel like sooner or later it's gonna happen right over here in America, because hey, these other countries, they know what they're doing. They allowed it to happen for a reason. They want to control their population. They are wanting to control those situations. They allowed it for a reason, and I think that it's gonna get to that place right here in America. Now, if it don't, it's some people that might want to consider. They're already considering moving to Ghana. I mean, Stevie Wonder done already took off. He said, "I'm going over there, and I'm going to be a brother husband."
But now, is that really the reason why he wanted to go over there? I didn't think so. Now, let me tell you the real reason why Brother Stevie wanted to go over there. He really wanted to go over there to find a woman, probably that he could cooperate with him. Modern women in this Western culture have a problem with cooperating with a man and being submissive.
I know that it had anything to do with relationship. I thought it was more of a political thing.
I'm really being funny. I'm being funny too.
Okay,
but that's the reason why most of these men are going to these other countries. Like I've heard men say that they've spent 2 weeks over in Brazil and then didn't want to come back because the women are different
all over the place in Brazil. That was one of the countries I named.
Well, but the women are different. The women are more cooperative over there.
I would be too if I had 3 or 4 husbands.
But
I'd be like the lady off Coming to America. Whatever you like.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you like.
Now, if you were just one of the wives, would you be like that too?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Now, what you ladies say you want and what you really want, I found it to be 2 different things.
So I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Now, my previous marriage, when I went through my divorce, it was like hell.
Mm-hmm.
Having to reestablish myself as a single parent was extra hell. It was like the mouth of the belly of hell opened up on me. And I used to say, you know what? I wish I had a wife, because I felt like I was playing both roles. Like I'm trying to be this domesticated woman, taking care of my kids, giving him all the love and attention and nurturing that he needs, instilling in him all the values and everything that he needs. But I also got to get out here and grind. And I got to play the game smart in order for me to advance so that I can financially give him everything that he needs. I got to provide for him financially as well. So, and I used to tease and joke around and say, I wish I had a wife that would clean the house for me and cook, and I don't have to get off work tired and come in here and do all these things as well. You know what I mean? Somebody that's there at the house when I'm not there. Because I used to have major mommy guilt about not being physically in my child's presence for the amount of time I felt was necessary to mature him and develop him in a nurturing way. I used to have major guilt about that. I didn't want to leave him with nobody. You know what I mean? So I used to tease that I wish I had a wife. And I'm sure that there are some women that would choose to be in a polygamous situation. We know that they are, because we see they got whole TV shows about women that would choose to be in a polygamous situation where there's multiple wives that help take care of the duties. And I ain't gotta be available to hump every night. Maybe a week down the line. Okay, give me time to recover. All right, I'm ready now.
My. But see, okay, just like you said right there, I believe I mentioned earlier about how a lot of women say, oh, well, I don't want to be in that situation. because it's enough to take care of one. So if you're one wife with multiple husbands, I mean,
But it's some women that got appetite like that. And then there are some stages of women's life where appetite increases. Like, hey, I told you where I was, but I'm not there anymore.
Well, I don't think, well, at our age, I mean, it's wait a minute. Let me make sure I get Emmanuel straight.
Okay.
I gotta tag my tag team partner in. But yeah. I mean, that to me, that's an anomaly.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe in your sphere. But and someone else's, that just may be what they need.
And then another thing too. Again, that I just think it's demasculating men like all the way down to the bottom, because I don't care if I agree to it or not. If I'm just the thought of my wife with another man, nah, I can't get down with that. Somebody gonna have to fight. You know what I'm saying?
But there are some men that might be like, yeah, man, go ahead and take care of it.
Yeah, beta men.
But then think about this too. What about when you're in the latter stages of your life? Maybe your health is not the same. Hey, Corey, maybe your health is not where it used to be, where you can't physically satisfy your partner. You still love them. Sarah loved her husband, but when she couldn't give him what he needed, he said, she said, go take my handmaid and go have this baby, because that's what you need. Because I'm too old. Remember when God told Abraham or Abram, she laughed like, don't he know I'm old? So what if in that latter stage of life, your partner is not where you are? Like you ready to sit down and rest your bones, and your partner is ready to jump on bones. What's wrong with opening up that, or redefining your relationship and opening it up to, hey, you get somebody else to take care of that need, but we are still here in partnership together.
If I'm resting, you resting too.
But is that fair?
Bottom line point: is it fair for a woman to deny her husband?
But then she's not denying him. She's saying,
no. I'm just saying.
Bring her on in here so she can do what she needs to do.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying in a normal situation.
But what's normal?
I'm saying, like, usually in a situation, normal is what I'm defining as one wife, one husband. That's what I'm defining.
That's your definition.
Yeah, as normal, right?
That's your definition.
Yeah, that's my definition of normal, right?
Okay, but a Ghanaian man might not feel like that's normal.
Well, they're raising their men to be beta then. I mean, that's the point. Now, okay, I just feel like women want, to be. I don't think women really want equality. I think they just want the power. Huh? Modern women, I don't think they really, truly want equality. They just want the power. These modern women want power over. Okay, let me explain.
You can't ask a woman what she wants. You can't tell her what she wants.
Let me explain to you why. Okay, so you got women, and let me just throw this out there. I am an advocate for equal opportunities. I am an advocate for everybody to have equal opportunity,
but
not equal outcomes.
You don't want to step away from that double standard, Mr. Equal Opportunity.
I mean, double standards exist. Double standards, they exist.
But if you are an advocate for equal opportunity, then you will move away from the double standard. Because I can't move
away from the double standard.
Okay, so
because the double standard is just what it is.
Okay, all right.
You know,
I'm just outlining what you're saying now. I'm putting it
yeah,
on the outline so I can see you clearly.
The double standard is just what it is. But another thing that I found out is that women don't have a problem with double standards that benefit them.
Okay.
You know, but here's the reason why I say that women want the power and not really have equality. So let's just take corporate America for example. Women are fighting for equal pay and all of this, in which they should have the equal opportunity to make the same pay as a man, right? But if you want equal opportunity at the corporate level, then why not have equal opportunity at the jobs that nobody wants to do? You got the men. How many female garbage truck drivers have you seen? How many females have you seen that's laying bricks? Nobody cares about equality in that sense.
They do that.
But
I see more. I will say this. I see more Hispanic, Latino women involved than others. But a lot of times, American folk, we so spoiled, we don't want to do none of that no way.
And that's true. And I just believe that the women are even more spoiled because all of these, what we're talking about, these are first world problems. I mean, for the most part, you agree?
Some of that I do.
Yeah, but nobody's fussing about equal opportunity or equal pay, you know, for those average type jobs, right?
Because they don't want to.
Right.
Men don't want to either. We just had the roof redone, and it was a female on there killing it. she was Hispanic female, but she was killing it. We were like, oh my God.
And you know what I admire about Hispanic females? They will do stuff like that, get out there and grind and help their men work, help their men make the money if they need to, but will still go home and be cooperative, polite, friendly, and submissive to that man.
Okay.
You know, it seems like it's only in our community that we have this problem so much. And, you know, if y'all agree with me, put it down in the comments. If you disagree, put it down in the comments. And if you're watching on the replay, let us know what you think. Now, this is just my opinion. You can stop me when you think that I'm lying.
And when you say our community, you're talking about our Black community.
Right.
Okay.
And I talk about our community because that's the community that I'm part of, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's only in our community that I hear women saying the most. Other women say it, but you hear it the most out of the Black community. I don't need no man. I'm independent. I can do this. I can do that. But you still want women still want the men to be traditional men, right? And then, you know, it is women don't want to be judged a certain way, but women always judge men on their pockets and their ability to provide, right? Because I've heard several women, a lot of women, probably more than 50, say that if their man has makes X amount of dollars a year or what have you, that they'll be more submissive to him simply because he has more money. Or if he has a certain amount of money or has a little bit of stature about himself, or if he's somebody important, if he steps out and cheats on them or whatever, they'll turn a blind eye just to keep the money flowing.
So I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you. I was biting my tongue.
No, come on with it. Come on with it.
So let me say this. It is definitely easier to submit to a man that's being that provider.
Mm-hmm.
But what he's not going to do is come in this house and I'm loving him with his $25,000 a year. And I'm out here killing and grinding to make it happen. I come home and I cook and I clean. And then he can't even give me a big O. And then he wants to fix his mouth to tell me what I'm going to do. No, that can't happen, sir.
Okay, but and that's another thing too. women have such high expectations for
Thank
men.
you, Keisha. I'm sorry, I'm reading Keisha's comment in delay that we shouldn't need a man. We should want him in our life. Yes, exactly.
I think it's a little bit of both.
What do you mean?
Okay, because one of the popular things that I hear now is we need to protect black women. Is protection and provision not two of the biggest things that black women are asking for out of men?
No.
What is it?
Protection is definitely different from provision.
How so?
But look at our country this past year. Within this past year, there's been so many civil disturbances. There have been so many people out in the streets protesting. Some of the main people you see on the front line are who?
I see a lot of women out there. However,
who's leading the charge? Let's name some of the names of the leading of the Black Lives Matter movement.
Don't say anybody that's on a reality show.
Well, that's one of them. I think that's
what's
crazy.
Her name? I'll just play. What's her name? Her husband was in jail.
Say that again.
What's her name? Her husband was in jail.
She's one of them. But still, even still, I can name at least 5 women right off the bat, and I don't know if I can name 5 men right off the bat leading the charge. That's a protection thing, and these women are out here mainly fighting for their men and their sons to be protected. But when women are out here getting misused and abused, we don't see the men standing up in the same way.
Okay, but what if the men told the women to stay home?
Okay, I can stay at home. I don't have to be out here on the front. In fact, that's not my mission.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So women are wanting protection, right? If a man says, "Okay, check this out. You want to be protected. Stay at home tonight." You stay at home tonight, so I can protect you.
Thank you. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you, that's my first cousin. We here.
First cousin.
We here.
So tell us, do you want a companion, right? You don't want a husband.
That is a husband. My husband is my companion. And then you know what? One of the first things I said in marriage counseling, pre-marriage counseling, is that I had come to the conclusion before I met this man, I don't need a man in my life. I don't. But when he gave me his presentation of what he wanted to offer me, I wanted that. I wanted an opportunity to rest my soul and let someone else stand up for me and protect me. You know, I still grind, but not because, you know, I got a partner that's out here grinding too. Now we can do much more together than apart. You know what I mean? So I like having the opportunity to be vulnerable with someone, for him to see inside my soul and understand, you know, those dark moments of me. I like the opportunity to experience my highs with him. That's my companion. That's my partner. At this stage in the game, that's my ride or die. You know, he can't go nowhere. You know why? He knows too many of my secrets. I'm not letting him go nowhere. You know why? Because he knows too many of my secrets. Because I'm, you know, open myself up to him. We've been naked and unashamed in front of each other, and not just physically naked, but in a spiritual sense, naked and unashamed with one another. And we get each other. That's my companion. You know what I mean? He's my husband, and we're going to experience a whole lot together. But at the same time, that's my companion. But like I said, I had come to the conclusion I didn't need a man in my life. I have been doing everything I needed to do for me by myself, even with giving my own self a big O. So, you know, I don't need you. And, you know, a lot of times in our community, the men like to offer their Johnson Johnson like it's the best thing since sliced bread. If that's all you got to offer me, sir, I'm overlooking you because I can go buy that now.
Well, see, but that's what the women judge the men on. The pockets.
No, I'm telling you, no. the way I'm telling you is that's how they present themselves, as if you supposed to want me because I got Johnson Johnson. You supposed to want me because all the other women want me. And if that's all you got to offer, no, sir.
Yeah,
I'm not that shallow.
and that's not, that should not be all you have to offer.
Exactly.
However, but with the media message, these men that move that way, they feel like they have to move that way because that's all they're seeing in the media. And if you don't have a solid male in your life, period, then you will fall subject to that. You know what I'm saying? Again, what was the song we were talking about earlier? Get that head, get that bread, and leave. If you can't do me like this and smack it, flip it, turn it around, and all this stuff, then I don't need. That's what society has said that a man has been drawn down to. Just what he has in his pockets and what he's got in his pants. And once we change that narrative, I believe we'll see a turnaround in our community because once again, a man has to be have a certain amount of money. It has to. Women usually want a man to be a certain height, and you have to be a star in the bedroom when it comes to bedroom activities. But if it came down the other way, if it were the men saying this, then we'd be labeled as misogynistic.
And you do. And you do. And I'm not saying you specifically, but we're talking about.
I get it. I get it.
That, yes, men are expecting women to just be the pink pony type women, flip it and dip it. And that, yes, they're expecting that. That's why Cardi B has made millions off the song WAP. You know why? Because she knows that this is what men want. You don't want me to be your wholesome wife. That's why she can say in her lyrics,
I disagree with that.
I don't cook, I don't clean.
We kind of want
right, Keisha. What else are you bringing? I'm looking for someone that can match me. First of all, I'm not even turned on by someone who cannot intellectually stimulate me. My girl is not, no waterfalls are falling if you cannot intellectually stimulate me. So if I know from the first conversation that there's no depth to you, all you are is skin and surface, then I'm done. You already showed me that this is all that you are. So I'm good. But then don't think that men are not saying the same thing or they're not requesting the same thing. It's men that they want a bad woman. When this scandal came out about Derek Jackson, one of the side chicks stated that he didn't want to even see her if she didn't have her lashes, her nails, her hair done. This is what he wanted. And she's a beautiful woman, a beautiful chocolate sister. But that's what he wanted from her. He wanted the look. He wanted the Instagram look. She was different from what the wife was. The Instagram look. And there are plenty of men, that's what they want. I grew up in a church environment where they teach, to be monogamous. They teach not to commit adultery on your partner. All, like I told you, our last conversation, a lot of the couples have been married for decades, but the men are cheating with women that don't look nothing like the wives that they chose for themselves. The men are cheating with the Instagram looking woman. So I don't even understand why they would submit themselves to being so humble and docile in this type of relationship. And I got to change my look. I can't never dress myself up and look no type of beautiful because other men might want me. But at the same time, he's out here looking for the woman that look like what the other men want. That's a problem.
Okay, I'm back, Val. I'm sorry about that, but
I was holding it down for you.
Yeah, you holding it down. So what I heard you say was about the men wanting the Instagram type.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me explain something about that.
They'll marry one type. They'll marry that humble, docile woman. And,
Yeah,
it's even been a thing that, these men put it out here on social media. It's advertised as he'll be with you, but the one he's gonna marry is gonna be something totally different.
exactly. Because a man does not want a woman, or does not want his woman to feel like, you know, she's for the streets, right? Now,
But see, that's where I say this whole open up these relationships and let people do what's best for
mhm,
them, because he wants that wife as a trophy, that I have this woman full of humility. She is full of values, and she is only for me. But then
right.
I also want them other women that are for the street too. I gotta get a taste of that. So don't keep cheating on that woman that's being wholesome just for you, bringing all kind of diseases back to her womb, and not giving her an opportunity to go and do whatever she want to do too. That's what I'm saying.
Now, here's the thing: is different. It's a double standard. Again, it is a double standard, and here's the reason why I say that.
I'm breaking it.
Because, well, let's see if it can be broken. Okay,
I'm telling
so
you, I'm breaking it.
a man that you've heard the saying, a man wants a woman that's a lady in the streets. I mean, yeah, a lady in the streets and a
And a
freak in the
freaking sheep.
sheets.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
but he
So
want a
so
freak that's in the street too. That's the thing I'm telling you.
I'm not 100% sure about that,
I didn't seen it
because
happen way too often.
the men that I'm referring to in this space uh exercise deep discipline. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't know the man.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, let me break it down to you like this. This is why
I know
men.
the theory of those
Yeah,
men, but I ain't met them.
this is why men feel some type of way about their women dressing a certain type of way. Now, do I want my lady to be beautiful and sexy for me? You know, when we go out and look good. Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to dress in a paper sack. You know what I'm saying? But the line has to be drawn somewhere. Let me put it in perspective to you like this: if you had a man that was that provider male, right? Everything but providing, protecting, everything that you wanted, and he took you out of town and he was going to propose to you. And he was just everything that you thought that you wanted in a man. But he gets a message on his phone and you say, "Hey, baby, will you get my phone?" And you go through his messages and you find out that he's been messaging other women, bought one a car, paid the rent for another one, did something for the kids for another one. How would you feel
So,
if you found out that your provider male was providing for somebody else? How would you feel?
so this is why I say I'm breaking the standard, because I've gotten to the place I've been cheated on too many times.
Mm-hmm.
I've married one and then dated several that I was
Mm-hmm.
deeply in. I mean, years of relationships, wasting years of my time, and you cheat.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't doing that no more.
Okay, but
If
how
it's
would you
somebody that
feel?
I care that much about, for instance, my husband that I'm about to marry in August, I've already let him know, listen, we're not doing this cheating thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide that you want to cheat and I happen to find out, we have just opened up this relationship because I'm gonna do it too. We both gonna be cheating. It's just that's just it. I'm gonna break the
Mm-hmm.
double standard. If it's good for you, it's good for me too. If
But
you felt
but
like you couldn't get everything that you needed, don't you know? Don't you think that I wouldn't get everything I needed?
okay, but check this out. Listen to the question. If you found out that he was providing for other women and other women's children,
Mm-hmm.
maybe he's not. Maybe he's not even
I heard
cheating.
you.
Maybe it's not even sexual.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you feel if you found out that your provider male was providing for somebody else?
Okay. I feel like I got to make myself available for someone else to be a provider male for me.
Okay,
I feel
so,
like I might be cheating with your boss.
okay, so in other words, you wouldn't like that. You would feel a sense of betrayal or whatever, you would feel like he's cheating on you just because he's providing.
I said that, but I'm at the stage in the game where, listen, we're gonna be partners. Like I said, he knows too many secrets. He know what my body's a beard. So we're gonna be partners. But what's gonna happen is you've changed up this partnership. You've now let me know that we're opening up this relationship. Because honestly, I also am at a mature stage in my game where if my man told me that I wasn't providing for him sexually or emotionally, everything that he needed, guess what? I would be open. This not everybody, but I would be open to considering him getting what he needed.
Mm-hmm. But okay, so
because Sarah did the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so but your provider male, you found out that he's providing for somebody else. And you said you will open up yourself to be provided for somebody else. So that means you feel like he cheated, right? He did something wrong, right?
I think you're missing what I'm saying. I feel like he's opened up the relationship.
But see,
I'm not necessarily cheated. He's opened up the relationship because now we both gonna be doing.
Okay, so let me just break it down. Women want a provider male, right? We're talking about dressing provocatively and why men don't like that. Women would feel betrayed if they found out that the man that's providing for them is providing for somebody else. So when a woman goes out and dressed provocatively, showing this, showing that, TNA and everything else, that woman just cheated on that man.
What?
That's how men feel. Men feel like they've been cheated on because that's just for them. You don't want your provider male providing for somebody else because he's just supposed to be doing that for you.
I think you're talking crazy.
I don't think so. That's how men feel when women dress provocatively.
I think you're not listening to what I'm saying. Because even if he's my provider male and I found out that he was providing for other people, my perspective is, oh, is that what we're doing? Okay. Because just like
but let me stop you right there. Because you feeling that way, right? This what we doing. What is that emotion?
That emotion is, okay, we just changed up the game.
So that's the reaction. That's not the emotion behind it. You felt some type of way.
But that's why I explained to you that I've been cheated on enough to where I used to act out emotionally. I told you I got a story now. I got a story. Some windows and stuff been broken. Got some stories. but at the same time, I'm at the place now. I don't act out of emotion like that anymore. I act more out of logic.
Okay.
Oh, that's what we're doing now. Okay, so we changed up the game. Because look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Don't make me stand up. Look at me.
Go ahead and show the people.
I don't wanted this.
Go ahead and show the people.
Please believe. If I was able to pull you, I can pull it, baby.
But it's the same thing with the men too.
I'm joking. Y'all was supposed to laugh in the comments. I was supposed to see a whole bunch of
a man feels like his woman is cheating on him when she shows too much or dresses too provocatively, right? Because that
like she cheated, or does he feel like she is putting the bait out?
That's exactly what it's for. Because what do you women go out for? Like, women like attention. Let's just be honest.
Can I really be straightforward with you?
Yeah.
You know we are savvy, right? We are savvy creatures.
Yeah.
Let me be gentle.
No, don't be gentle. Come on with it.
Men who are really established enough to be providing for your household and other people's households at the same time, that type of all suns out, guns out, skiing out, that's not attractive to them. A savvy woman knows how to attract a man with all her clothes on.
Well, see, that's different. That's different.
But see, that's my vibration.
Mm-hmm.
That's my vibration.
That's your vibration. Again, you're an anomaly, but the majority. I mean, the majority of what you say. I mean, you said it on yourself, even on Instagram. Is thirst traps everywhere, right? And that's another double standard that benefits women because you have the ability as a woman to I don't know, you got the ability to make thousands of dollars just off selling feet pics.
Yeah, that's my baby right there.
I'm awesome and my fiance is more awesome. Absolutely. And I'm glad you feel like, see, that's what we need. That's what we need. But that's another double standard that benefits women because women can get on Instagram and make thousands of dollars and get thousands of followers easy, by over sexualizing her body. You know what I'm saying?
Men do it too.
And what's the
TikTok.
majority? What's the majority?
The chandelier.
Well, see, I don't do TikTok, so
okay, they
I
on
wouldn't
there.
know anything
They
about
on
that.
there. They are on there.
But the majority of it is what you see is from women, and this post alone just goes to prove my point. I mean, just look at these guys; they look soft.
How can they look soft?
They look soft. Ain't no way another man is going to be kissing up on my woman like that.
Period. But that's for you, JD. What about somebody else? They might just be like, look.
Nah, not happening. Not happening. Not happening. Not over here. Not on my watch.
You look mighty happy.
Well, yeah, because she's demasculating men. That's what they want, right? That's what society is shooting for. You think that's what
the intention is? Okay, so
yeah, absolutely.
So what if she wanted to invite a lesbian woman into her relationship?
That would be to benefit her.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with him. Is she demasculating her husband then?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
How?
Because again, she just telling
it has nothing to do with his masculinity.
Okay, but once again, she's just saying, okay, screw you. It's not about you. I'm gonna do what I want. You stay at home, clean up whatever I say to do. Is that not why I go over here and do whatever I want to do? But you stay over here and be faithful to me and take care of me. That is very demasculating to a man.
Okay.
Very. I mean, stop me when I'm lying.
I think from your perspective, the man is at the head of the food chain, and the others are below him.
I wouldn't say all of that. I wouldn't say all of that. Now,
that's what I get from your presentation.
Now, here's where people are mistaken. Now, I'm not, beating on my chest. I'm a man, you a woman, you do what I say. You know what I'm saying? But if you are in a relationship, a monogamous relationship with a man, I don't think that if a man is on his square, he's logical, he's a proven leader, a proven provider, I don't think there's anything wrong with being cooperative with that man. That's all I'm saying. That's really the gist of what I'm saying. All men want these days is for mostly just a woman to be nice to them. And that's that we can't even get that these days. I heard, and we talked about them the other day, but I heard a couple women on the Godfather's channel, Kevin Samuels, say that it's offensive to even for a black man to even ask a woman to smile, a black woman to smile. Now, come on now. If we can't even get a smile and you find it offensive for us to ask you to smile, and then there was another lady that said, oh, well, we've come so far, times are so different now. Why would I even want to build anything with a black man or a man, period? That's what I'm saying. Like, put yourself aside. This is what the majority of men have to pick from. And women want so much, and they want to be modern, and times have changed, but they still want a man to be more traditional. That's all I'm saying. I'm not misogynistic. Again, I'm all for equal opportunity. Everybody should have the same opportunity to do anything that they want to do. It's the outcome that I don't agree with. Because if I'm working 10, 12 hours a day, 60 hours a week, why should somebody else that's not working that much get the same outcome as me when I'm out here trying to get it out the mud? You know what I'm saying?
So what do you want her to be doing?
What do I want who to be doing?
That woman that you want in your life while you're working 60 hours a week.
Okay, let's just say, for example, if I'm working 60 hours a week and she's working 40 hours a week, it's gonna be a little bit extra that I need from my woman, right? Not a
What is
lot extra,
what is it that you
and
want from her?
I'm not even the type that iron my clothes, pack my lunch, and all of that stuff, right? In which I'm not even sure if there's any women that exist that still do all of that, to be honest. But I'm lying. It is. I know some myself personally. My bad, y'all. Some of y'all do still exist, and y'all doing good. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Your man is happy. I'm happy. Keep building the community. But what I'm saying is, I need a woman that can bring value and help make my life easier. You know what I'm
So
saying?
if
I'm not
she's
not
working
saying that she
40
has to.
hours a week, what else is she supposed to do for you?
Besides what? What? Tell me what is she already doing?
She's already working 40 hours a week.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna need her to at least cook at least 2 or 3 days a week.
So contributions to the household. Is she
Mm-hmm.
financially contributing to the household as well?
Yeah, financially contributing to the household. However,
Domestically contributing to the household.
yeah, domestically contributing. But however, when it comes to the financial part, me being the man that I am, I don't feel like my woman should have to take on much of the financial burden, much of the bills. I'm going to carry the majority of that. And most women, and I commend most women on this, most women want to contribute something. You know what I'm saying? And that's very well to be commended. But if I'm paying the mortgage, right? If I'm paying the whole mortgage, the whole rent, car insurance, paying all the big bills, I expect it to be some grocery in the house at least. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to be. You get what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just a little bit of give and take.
I think that's reasonable.
And I'm not saying, oh, I'm the man, you just bow down to me and do whatever I say and keep you barefoot and pregnant. That's not what I'm saying. But in modern times in 2021, it's much harder for men to find a woman that will even cooperate with a man.
I think
Because in this culture, I mean, 2021, hey, if you ain't buying me this, if you ain't buying me that, they calling you broke and dusty. And then let's just keep it real. Most women don't even want an average man making an average income.
it just depends. It
Mm,
depends. I think it depends on what social circles you're in. Because there are some women that, yes, they say, no, I can't deal with that because the balance is going to be off.
mm,
And then there's some women who don't care. I just want a man in my house.
mm,
He might not be financially contributing anything, but they just want that man in the house. So I think it depends on what social circles you're in, um, what vibration you're on. Because, and I think that is all resolved with communication. You got to talk and find out. Because we talked the other night about unspoken expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you come to a potential with an expectation of that potential, or you try to size them up before you
Mm-hmm.
ever talk to them to really get to know them or find out what their expectations are. So you've already sized them up, counted them out. I'm sorry, my voice is getting scraggly. This medicine is kicking in.
No, you all right. You all right.
My allergies are bothering me tonight, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, there are some people that come to the potential and not even figure out. They try to size them up before they talk to them and find out from the heart. When the Bible says that out of the mouth, the heart speaketh. When you start having conversations with people, you'll really get to find out where their heart is. And you got to know how to ask the right questions to get to the information that you're looking for. Be clever about it. Don't just be outright like, do you expect to pay bills?
Mm-hmm.
No. But if you ask around the right questions, you will find out if that woman, wants to contribute. Because some of us grew up in the understanding and with values that said, I don't want a man to do everything for me. And some of us have learned from life lessons. I don't want a man to do everything and pay for everything and buy everything for me, because there are a lot of men out here that are controlling, and they use their money to manipulate and control you. And that's not what a woman is looking for. That's why, just like Keisha and myself can say, hey, I don't need a man. I've learned how to fend for myself. I don't need him to do anything for me, but I do want him. I do desire him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good for a man to be alone.
Right.
Good night, Keisha. TTYL.
Okay, so real quick before I know you're not feeling your best tonight, but thank you for joining us tonight. But let me ask you a question real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say if you heard men saying, "I don't need a woman"?
I would want to inquire why.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you
Okay.
say that? And then I might agree with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, right?
You're
Women
right.
say, "Oh, I don't need a man. I can do everything on my own." It's the same thing for a man. I can
Yeah.
say the same thing. I don't need a woman. I've been doing it on my own. I can keep doing it on my own and
Right.
keep moving the way I want to move. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
We talked
all
about
I'm saying,
that.
yeah, all I'm saying is we got to find this disconnect to where, more black men, upstanding black men, can find a woman that's willing to cooperate with him. Because I believe most of the men are, especially the average men, are becoming frustrated because most women, not all, want a man that makes a certain amount of money because men are judged on their wallets. If you don't have any money, you're at a vast disadvantage. And the average man earns around $40,000 a year. Could you be able to be with a man that makes $40,000 a year and for the rest of his life, for the rest of y'all's life, and be cooperative with that man and be submissive to that man?
Some some women are willing to do that. Some women. My mom was a nurse. She
Mm-hmm.
made good money,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad was on disability. And even before he was on disability, he didn't make what she was making.
Mm-hmm.
And they stayed together for 42 years.
Uh-huh.
So some women are willing to do that.
Well, and you said your mom,
Hmm.
that's back in the day.
Exactly.
That's not so much now
But
because
like I said, there are some women who just want to have the man. You
mhm,
know, they're not worried about his finances.
mhm.
Have you ever seen situations where women handing their credit card to the man to pay for the dinner?
Yeah, I've
Have
seen
you
it
ever
happen.
heard of situations where the man is dropping the woman off at work and he's taking her car.
Yeah, yeah.
There are some women out here that just want to have the man in their life.
That's true. That's true. That I can get down with that to a certain extent, but my findings are talking around the different men, different women is that the majority of black men want a black woman, want to marry a black woman, and want to cooperate with a black woman. They
Black
just
love pool.
they're just finding it hard. But yeah, I think we had a good show tonight.
I think so too. Great discussion.
Yeah, great discussion. And I believe somebody had the idea that maybe we should do a speed dating episode.
I think that would be
You think so? Look,
Yes.
if y'all want to see us do a speed dating episode, type yes in the comments down below. Let us know your thoughts. We're gonna go ahead and get up off of this for the night. But again, very good discussion tonight. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget to hit that like button, help us out, subscribe, and comment down below. I'm your boy JD, aka Mr. December, for the Alabama Church Girl. We out. Val, say something to the people real quick.
Beep, beep, toot, toot. Hey, y'all have a wonderful evening. Have a safe weekend, and we'll see you back on next week.
All right, we out of here. Peace.